Hey folks, welcome back to another HP Gaming GameLINK video. We have an unboxing for you today and we're going to be exploring the Woodland realms. We're going to be gathering resources and trying to construct the best woodland village we can in Silverwood Grove Collector's Edition. Hey folks, welcome back to another video. If you don't know my name, and you should by now, I am Matt, and today, as I said at the outset, we are going to be taking a look at the collector's edition of Silverwood Grove by Pearce, Sam Millham, and Great Games Publishing. These guys are producing things like Lost in Australia, Lost in Valhalla, Lost in Jurassica, and of course the upcoming Get to the Chopper, which is their one-player game. This is a 1 to 6 player set collecting style resource management tableau building game, and it plays, I think, designed for ages 8 and up, plays in about 60 minutes. I like the idea of this because it was something different from Sam and Great Games, and it's a proper game rather than just a little bit of card play. So I'm looking forward to seeing this one. The artwork in the box is going to be in that same style, which is awesome. But look, enough about that, enough chatter. Let's get down to the table. We'll show you what's in the box. And there it is, the Silverwood Grove Collector's Edition. You can see artwork here is pretty fantastic, in a similar vein and style to that of Lost in Jurassica, Get to the Chopper, all those games. We're going to rip the shrink off here, give you a shot of the back while I do this. Again, this one, Sam's games, or Great Games, their products have done very well in our household. I know that Blair in particular likes playing the dinosaur one, Lost in Jurassica, because it's just awesome. Plastic, of course, goes on the floor. But because they've done something a little bit different here with this one, and it's a fully fledged game rather than just card slinging, which, you know, we don't mind. I was intrigued by this one as well, so I'm really excited to see how it goes. I think it says here, 40 minutes. I mentioned about an hour. I think it's going to be very much, very tight lid, very specific to the players you've got. I do like the high player count as well, 1 to 6, which is just awesome, even though I most likely will play this with the girls and the fam. What have we got inside here? So I do love it when people print stuff inside the lid and it's not just boring cardboard. Good job, Great Games on that one. We've got here a score and round sheet. Now this is, I thought it was going to be card. It's a thick cardstock, but otherwise, there's nothing too much special about it. Go up to 153 points, which is just a random number, but that's okay. And it's got scoreboard on it, which is obviously a very apt title for what is a scoreboard. Fantastic. All right, let's pop that one in the lid for now. Now, these ones are different player boards. Now, this is cool because they are dual layered. So if you can see that there, they've got the dual layered spaces for your cube trackers and things. Now, the Outback is, I think there's different different flavors of board that you can use. You've got action markers here, which is actually something you can slide along rather than just placement. And then you've got different development for your different resources and things here. Player board, got a scuff mark on there. That's not great. It's been scratched. Oh well, that's just, it sucks for us. So you've got Outback, and then we've got, let's have a look at these other player boards here. We've got a Thicket, which has some nice artwork there as well. Now, then we've got the Highlands, and you've got little platypus there. So you've got different cartoons and things on there, rainforest, and then you've got a bit of information about the rainforests as well, and the different areas too, which I kind of dig. The Savannah, that looks cool as well. And then you've got the Billabong, and of course it wouldn't be very much an Australian feel if there wasn't a Billabong. Now we've got a bit of flashing on here. That's interesting. I would have thought we'd be able to take care of that. And then we've got the rest of the components here as well. So we've got a little mini rule book here. Now this is interesting. It's not a rule book, it's like a leaflet that folds out with all the instructions and things. So I think this is very similar to the other rules leaflets in the other games. It is much more substantial because there is a lot more rules and things to take care of. You got the different areas here as well. And there's different character sheets and things, in-game scoring, solo mode, family mode. So I think that's right. There is a like a style of play that is designed for families. So you've got younger folks who can get in on it without having to learn all of the rules, or they can start small and then go for it, which is awesome. You got some little punch outs here, round markers, and then you got the different characters. Now I think these represent the different playable characters that are in the game. This guy here looks pretty nasty. He's some sort of drop bear, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. Or they could be allies that you could recruit. I think they are representative of the people that you're playing as, and they're effectively score markers. Let's have a look at the punch board. Look, it's decent. It's not super thick, but that's okay. It does the job. Got our first player standee here, which is very, very cool. Little crazy koala dude tooting his own horn, and the butterfly there, which is awesome. And on the back, it's got the reverse as well. That's very cool. Now, it looks like there must be some sort of little standee token here. These fellows might slot in there, maybe. If I've got it wrong, let me know. Oh, that's pretty tight, actually. Pretty tight. There we go. I do like that. So you slot those in, and then you've got your display of your first player marker. That's kind of cool. I'm digging that. Resource cubes and markers, which are all pretty straightforward, but they're very just slightly larger than your pandemic style cubes, I will say. They've got some nice colors there. Orange, green, yellow, white, gray, and they obviously correspond to the player boards here and these colors, which is awesome. And then obviously you use some generic white cubes for other things like your sliding and your action spaces. They would slide well, I would imagine. I'll have a look. Let's have a quick squeeze and see what that looks like. We'll grab the billabong here and we'll pop that one in on the 0 space. There we go. So with your actions, you would slide that up. So if you've got 5 actions per turn, you're on 5, and then you slide down depending on the actions you spend. And it's pretty much a smooth, fluid movement, which I kind of dig. That's awesome. That's what it's designed for. Just don't bump the table. You might end up gaining or losing an action depending on however the gods favor you. I've got a heap of cards as well. Now we've got a couple of action boards, now action wheels, I should say. So I think this is the full wheel. So you've got collect, trade, build, upgrade, and you can move around the board depending on what you want to do. And this is for the family mode, which is just for those 3 actions. So it makes it a bit simpler. And there should be 6 of these, obviously 1 per player. Just don't confuse them as drink coasters for whatever reason. And I mean, the artwork is pretty straightforward. The graphic design on this is pretty nice. Gives you an idea of exactly what's going on. Collect, trade, the sales bag sort of thing, which is good. Then we've got what looks like some player boards here for different characters. My goodness, there's lots of them. And they've all got what looks like, this is the tricky thing, I can't seem to get all these out. My goodness, there's so many. Now, they all have different abilities and things, as you can see. I'm just going to pick up the board and grab that out, because they are... Oh, it's really stuck in there. Oh, I'm digging that too. That's nice. I like that. So you've got different player boards here. Now, these represent different characters. So on your player board, you grab your card and you line that up so it all matches. Okay, so you can see the different resources and things. And that's going to potentially be different for each character, which means that you're going to be able to have a bit of replayability value with this one. Gain 1 resource when using research. Research costs no action points. Handy. Research is worth 2 times VP. So again, this matches up with the bottom of your board here. So you can indicate which things you're researching at any given time. I think maybe these are all the same, but they could be different starting values. Tassie Devil, a Tiger Quoll, a Tree Kangaroo, a Platypus, talent is Burrow, talent default for the 20 Frogmouth, a Sugar Glider, that's a bit cute with a hat, Greater Bilby, an Echidna, absolute classic, spying all crazy, Rainbow Lorikeet, that's very pretty, a Shingleback, and then we've got the Water Dragon. Now he looks a little bit nasty, but that's okay. A Galar, that'll be Charlotte. She's a Galar Tree Frog. Kingfishers, a Black Cockatoo. There you go, a Drop Bear, a Talon, Ambush, Bite, and Instinct. A Drop Bear starts with 12 resources of the player's choice, so that's kind of handy too. You can basically pick and choose what you'd like. And the Kookaburra, whose talent is to inspire, gain 3 stone, choose an opponent, and that opponent gains 1 VP. Stone could be a harsh commodity to come by, but you get to give out a victory point while you're at it, so why not? Let's look at level 1, only because it's got level 1 on the cards. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use my trusty knife, but that's okay. That's why I call it the trusty knife. All right, I'm just going to do this so you can see first player marker, because it looks cool. Now, I think this is a little bit set collecting research. Plastic, of course, goes back on the floor. I'm just going to separate these out. So we've got different things here for different bits and pieces. Let's see how we go. There's lots of different card sorts in this one. We'll see how we go here. So we've got level 1 building cards, a level 2 version. So level 1 on the front, level 2 on the back. So this is a watering hole you can build for any 6 resources, requires certain skills, and there's level 2, and it's worth 16 points in the game. Then you've got a hospital you can build, burrow. Now, if you go too fast, please by all means pause the video so you can have a look at the cards. Otherwise, I'm just going to whiz through these. The Grove, Grove Express, Lodge, Stargazers, Stringy Bark Studio. And the objective, obviously, is to have the most VP at the end of the game. So building more crazy buildings and leveling them up is going to give you more points. The Athenaeum built for 5 amber, it looks like, and then you got 16 if you can increase it. So add 6 points if you can beef it up. So you must be able to spend some resources here to potentially upgrade. Obviously, I haven't read the rules. The Boss Hut, the Storehouse. So your Storehouse, you need 1 of each resource. And then all Kakadu buildings gain +1 VP if you are the proprietor. Whipstick Sanctuary, Freehold, Paperbark Law, Vine Ball Field, Acacia University, the Dream Crafters, Grove Daily News, Ironbark Spring, Ironbark Regalia, Ironbark Fixtures. So again, all sorts of buildings and structures that you can make to boost up your bits and pieces. Now we've got here, let's have a look and see what we've got here. And these could be different modules. I'm not sure what the cards are. Again, haven't read the rule book yet. Build the leftmost location, build and upgrade the leftmost location. If you succeed, you get the 4C ability maybe. I don't know. You may not collect. You may take up to 3 trades per round at no cost, 4 AP per round. Character resources, maybe this is something specific, I'm not sure, for the individual module, but if I've got it wrong, it will appear on the screen. Stockpile, oversee, tradition, investigate, expand, recruit, protect, there's a lot of text there, entry level, enrich. Some of these have extra VP on them. This is worth 60 plus VP on the bottom of the card. Negotiate, and we saw 4C before, so we'll pop that one there. Let's have a look at these cards, which look like they could be, oh no, they're split again, so let's get rid of those. The Hunt. Now, this is a specific module. I think it's for solo play. End the game with at least 18 resources. Endure, brave, endanger, succeed, provide, adapt, dominate, hunt, prepare, plan, devise, triumph, thrive, prosper, resourceful, scheme, and excel. In 1 round, use at least 7 action points. Interesting. So then these cards must be the different regions of the board. So you've got Flinders, Daintree, Kakadu. There must be more in this deck of cards here. And these are maybe reference cards, special abilities for uniting, depending on which faction you're from, or which part of the grove that you're inhabiting. I'm getting to this last deck of cards here. Now, if you've played this one, if you're lucky enough to have received your copy, and I know the rest of the world is still potentially waiting, by all means, let us know. How have you gone? Have you enjoyed? Plastic goes on the floor. Have you enjoyed your experience with this one? Is there things you didn't like about it? What can you tell us about your experience with this game? And then we've got here some more cards, level 1 and level 2 cards for building. This is the delivery hour, only worth 2 points, but if you upgrade him, obviously he's worth 5. Ermite, proprietor, teacher, chronicler. So these are jobs you can get as well, which is awesome. Supervisor, shopkeeper, nomad, sap gatherer, tourist officer, stone diviner, vine cutter, bard. That's awesome. Doctor, grain harvester, alchemist, a mason, cartographer, scholar, librarian, servant, herbalist, trader, calligrapher, chart vendor, route leader, courier, a herald, that's that guy we saw before, entertainer, artist, caretaker, journalist, professor, vine ball trainer, custodian, and then these ones will be building. So I'm just going to pop these ones back in here. A sap refinery, grain farm, provisions, delivery office, stone mine, info centre, vine canopy, acacia academy, and ironbark archives. All right, we'll just pop these here and then we'll have a look at some other cards. All right, so we've got some, what looks like some season cards here. Now these are the climate calamity. This is a mini expansion. So you'll shuffle up those. I can't remember how many get dealt out or if you just reveal them as you go, but you reveal the different season at the start of each round, I think. So players may spend up to 2 action points and collect 3 grain. Sap in place of any other resource, winter. So these effectively are seasonal modifiers that you can use. Players cannot collect stone, but you gain 2 vine. Players cannot collect grain. Research, however, costs no AP. Dark, first player token is given to the player with the most resources. If tied, make no change. Renewal, all players gain 1 of each. That's cool. Stone, a higher cost, +1 resource, +1 employee to the employee pool. Those are those cards we saw before. Sunshine, build and upgrades cost no action points. Cloudy, fog, windy. Let's return the turn phase token at no cost. Players must spin the turn phase token this round, not knowing where it can land. Players cannot build or upgrade this round. Players may not collect. Hail, oh my gosh. Crazy, crazy business. And that's it. That's pretty much all the components for this one. We are going to come out, I'm going to talk a bit about first impressions, I guess, rather than final thoughts, because obviously I haven't played it yet. But obviously, if you have questions or comments, you can always pop them in the comments below and let us know your thoughts if you have had a chance to play what looks to be a good little bit of fun. Let's come on out, folks, and we'll talk about it. And there it is, the contents of the Silverwood Grove Collector's Edition by Great Games. Nice little production on this one, as I guess a first impression. Looks really decent, looks like it's a bit of a worker placement-y, resource collecting, engine building style of game. Trying to collect the most VP. There are similarities here in terms of building resources and obviously upgrading your things to something like Arcana Rising, which we just recently unboxed and obviously have had a bit of a playthrough as well. I'm intrigued to see how it goes with the full rule set and also the kids family-friendly rule set as well. Whether or not they're interchangeable, so one player can use the family rule set, the other player can use the full rule set. I don't know if you can do that. Having the extra modules for solo mode, the extra calamity add-on expansion as well. A lot of contents in a really reasonably little box. I mean, there's other games, Munchkin, that have a box this size that literally have cards and a dice. So to get all the extra components in a nice insert is a step up, and I'm not sure what the full retail on this one is going to be when it does become available. But I dare say, you know, it's not always you get what you pay for in some cases. I'm excited to get into it and have a bit of a play. I think once Charlotte gets her head around the rules, she's going to be quite the force to be reckoned with this one. So who knows, down the track we might even have a bit of a playthrough for you as well. As always, folks, thank you very much to our Patreon subscribers. We really appreciate you guys allowing us to do all the fun stuff and create all the content we get to do and to have a lot of fun playing games. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Love your work. For those of you who are watching and want to get on board, you can jump on the Patreon page and join the HP Gaming Gamer Army. Also, by all means, click that subscribe button, smash the like button as well. That's a small action from you, but it means the world to us, especially to me. We're getting dangerously close to that 200 subscriber mark, and who knows, by the time this video goes live for the general public, we may have crossed that line. We'll see how we go. Plenty more to come over Christmas. We're trying to be uploading a video twice a week, so keep checking back whenever we post something new. And by all means, as I said in the unboxing, if you've played this one, if you have any comments, thoughts, suggestions, or improvements, by all means, let us know in the comments below. Happy to take any and all constructive criticism and feedback to make the channel as good as it can be for you guys. As always, folks, be kind to each other over the Christmas period. Please Please make sure you get to the table, play heaps of games, look after one another. And if you are in some parts of the world, like Australia, that's still having some issues with coronavirus, COVID-19, our thoughts and prayers are with you. Please take good care of yourselves. Above all, as always, have a very Merry Christmas. We'll see you back at the table very soon, but it is bye for now.